Just going to talk about my garage and thrift store finds over the last few weeks. Found some interesting things, some Atari 2600, which is unexpected, a Wii game, a little bit of Star Trek Next Generation memorabilia, a Game Boy cable, and a Wii U, which is the most exciting. I'll have the me turning it on and make sure it works at the end of this video. Yeah, and we'll just talk about the finds roughly in order. Well, I'll do the Wii U last, and that was sort of the find in the middle. So first find I had was some Atari 2600 games and a Game Boy cable. This is a Game Boy multi-port cable, so it allows you to hook up multiple Game Boys. This garage sale is very, very close to where I'm at, and I see the guy actually at a lot of other garage sales locally. So he goes out there. He's a bit of a reseller, but his prices are really good. So for example, all of this was $4. So it was like $1 for each of these, and this was $2 and you took a couple bucks off. So that's a great price for Atari 2600 games that I didn't have. Test played them all, and they all work. So that's great. It's funny that I didn't have Combat. Combat's the pack-in game, but I've slowly rebuilt an Atari 2600 collection. I haven't had one for a few years, and I found the Atari 2600, just the console, no power supply, no video cables, and I purchased those and slowly got a working Atari 2600, and then I'm slowly building up my game library. So super excited for $1 each. If you go to the retro game stores locally, you're at least $5 to $10. If you're in this is locally in Canada. If you go to the States, they're a bit cheaper. Maybe you can get them for under $2 or $3, but for $1 each. And I don't have them. It can't go wrong. So, and the cable was just, I actually have a whole bunch of older Game Boys, and thought there'd be one day that I would want to try a multiplayer game that used a whole bunch of Game Boys. There's a few of them, and that might be a cool video one day. So I just grabbed that. It was $2. The find actually just this weekend, first thing I found was it's Sonic Secret of the Rings at the local thrift store. I mean, it's not super thrilling, but it's a Sonic game. The thing that was nice about it was it had instructions, and checking the disc had fingerprints but looked otherwise undamaged. Just a quick wipe would fix up the fingerprints. And so generally that's I'll pay the thrift store price, which was $5, if it's complete and the disc is in good condition, for a Wii game that's not just junk. So this is actually not just junk. It's by Sega, who's a decent publisher. I mean, they haven't reached the heights of when they had the Genesis, but it's still pretty good. So that was my one Wii game. And then this was a bit of an indulgence, kind of silly, but they had this on the card at the thrift store as well. I sort of turned around from doing video games. Again, $5. A big Star Trek Next Generation fan, and this is pretty good condition on card. A little bit of fraying in the corner here, but sealed Tasha Yar figure. A little bit of something just for a bit of fun. Then the thing I got in the middle, and I'll just quickly give a preview here. I got this bucket that contains a Wii U. The other things I'll go through it in just a minute. So that was a pretty good find. Probably I'll talk about how much it is as I unbox it, but it was $100. Pretty top, like it's a white Wii U. I only have a black one, so I was kind of keeping my eye out for one. But it comes with a bunch of games and actually some fairly valuable controllers, some third-party controllers. But I'll show you all that when I set it up and make sure that it is actually a functioning Wii U. All right, so let's go see if the Wii U works. Found this at a garage sale today. It's a white Wii U. I've kind of been keeping my eye out for one. I mean, I think these are going to be a bit rare going forward, and I also wanted to have a spare Wii U. It's nice to have the spare gamepad in case one of yours breaks, and then at least you can still play. I did dig through it a bit. I also got them to throw in all the games, and I'll show you those in a minute. I did dig through the crappy controllers on top. Don't care so much about them, but it looked like there was a Luigi and a Mario controller down below. So I'm just gonna open it up just to take a look. I didn't see video cable, so I'm a bit concerned about that. We have a nice white Wii U gamepad, sort of a knockoff controller. blue knockoff controller. The Wii U itself. Lots of knockoff nunchucks. Here's the power supply and the sensor bar. Oh, and it looks like there is HDMI cable, so that's great. A couple of other nunchucks, colored knockoff nunchucks. Nice Luigi controller with its protector. And there's the Mario controller with its protector, which is nice. Some more knockoff controllers. This is the charging cable for the gamepad. Looks like they have a charging station for the Wii controllers. And a couple of battery packs for the remotes. Bunch of instructions. Actually, they have the Wii U manual, which is nice. That's nice, actually. A few other things. The games I got, nothing super fantastic. I mean, there's a couple good games, and then some Wii games, and then, you know, Just Dance Kids, so don't care so much about that. Wii Tangled. Mario Kart is a good game. Super Luigi Brothers U is a good game. And again, no cases though, so not so great. A Wii game, Phineas and Ferb. Cars, Wii. Just Dance, Wii. Wii U game I haven't heard of before. Turbo, Super Stunt Squad. And another Wii U game, ESPN. So those are probably not so great. But for $100, not a bad deal. And now I have actually both colors of Wii U's, which is great. All right, thanks a lot. Okay, just got it all hooked up. I'm gonna have a see when we turn it on what happens. Oh, and we had a disc pop out. So we also have the Lego 2000 Lego Movie video game 2000 as well. So that's actually a promising sign. Oh. So the IDs aren't linked, that's a good thing. I might just add a user in and then see what's on the menu. So created my own user, gonna fire up Mario Kart with my new user. And it looks like it works perfectly. So nice to have working white Wii U in my collection. Awesome.